In the beginning of 2022, me and my university buddies went on a weekend vacation to the border region between Austria and Germany. Our goal was to visit the beautiful snow-capped mountains of the Alps, to take numerous walks and to do some winter sport activities. As our first destination, we've chosen one of Germany's most popular landmarks, the world-known Neuschwanstein castle. The building, which could be straight out of a Disney movie, lies on an elevation of approximately 150 meters above the town of Hohenschwangau, which makes it a very picturesque and surreal scene. As I already mentioned before, Neuschwanstein is probably the most recognizable landmark in Germany. Although the building looks very old, it's actually very young. Constructions were finished in 1884. The castle itself is a huge tourist magnet, which attracts approximately 1.5 million visitors each year. Inside is a huge museum, but we didn't enter, because the tickets were way too expensive. Instead, we tried to find a nice, but not too crowded spot to enjoy the pretty mountain views. The next day, we decided to do some winter sports. We've chosen the Gaicht ski resort. It was pretty close to the village of Gaicht, where we lived. The road took us through the very picturesque valleys and villages of the Alps. The Gaicht ski resort, also known as the Füssener Jöchle, is perfect for beginners, as some of us were. It offers numerous slopes, 5 to be exact, which are divided into different levels of difficulty. There's something for everyone, from children to experienced skiers. We paid round about 30 euros to enter the ski resort. For a duration of 3 hours, we could use all the facilities and ski lifts. A day pass would have cost us 43 euros. The beginners also had to rent the equipment. In total, not a cheap occasion, but it was a lot of fun, at least for some of us. The ski resort operates 5 different ski lifts with a total length of 5.1 kilometers. The longest one is the Füssener Jöchle, which has a capacity of 8 persons per gondola. One ride to the summit at 1,821 meters above sea level took approximately 9 minutes. The sceneries during the ascent were spectacular, but not comparable to the views at the top. To the southwest, we could see the small town of Gaicht in the Tannheimer Valley, and to the northeast, the endless flat grounds of Bavaria in Germany. We took a break at a small restaurant at the top and tried some local delicacies, like the very popular Kaiserschmarrn. After our small break, some of us, including me, decided to ski down the most difficult slope at the ski resort. The rest of us took the gondola back to the valley. I felt a little bit scared, since I was a beginner.
Endlich wieder Skifahren, endlich wieder Schnee unter meinen Füßen. Was für ein geiler Skitag. Ich fühl mich frei und losgelöst.
As expected, I fell numerous times. The beginning was kinda difficult, since the slopes at the summit were very steep. After approximately 1.5 kilometers, it became less steep and less scary. Nevertheless, the descent was fun. For me, it was a mind-changing experience. Now I will try to go alpine skiing more often in the future. The next morning we started in our village of Gaicht. There's not much information about this place on the internet. The only thing I can say is the fact that the town is pretty small, probably less than 100 people. As many places in the Alps, it lies in a very picturesque valley, surrounded by beautiful snow-capped mountains.
Eins. Jetzt auch auf die beiden Hände.
Later this day, we crossed the border into Germany. Our destination was the resort town of Garmisch-Partenkirchen. It's another very beautiful place we visited during our trip. The architecture of Garmisch-Partenkirchen is typical for this region of Europe, and it's probably the building style that fits the most to the stereotypes foreigners have about Germany.
So läuft's seit eh und je beim Geigenschmäh. Da kann es leicht passieren, dass zwei ihr Herz verlieren, das über Nacht die Liebe war.
We spent some quality time in Garmisch-Partenkirchen. Please note that the prices there are much higher than in the rest of Germany, since it's a resort town, and it's also very crowded during the winter season, because it's also a very popular skiing area. Not far away is the Zugspitze, which is Germany's tallest mountain. The peak lies at an elevation of approximately 2,962 meters above sea level. Beneath is the lake Eibsee, another very pretty spot in this area. In winter it's frozen, so you can walk on its surface. In summer it's just this very beautiful water body with the cleanest and bluest water. It's just a nice place to hang around, no matter which season it is. The last day we decided to start slowly. In the morning we chilled at our village, and closer to the evening we drove to the Edelbach waterfall. When we were there it was partly frozen. I imagine it to be a very powerful place in spring, when all the meltwater from the nearby mountains start to fill up the surrounding rivers, and it becomes this massive water stream. For me, it was one of the best trips to some of the most beautiful parts of Austria and Germany. It's always nice to enjoy such moments together with friends and people you like. I hope having many more trips to the Alps in the future. See you in one of my next videos from different parts of the world.
Das wäre nicht cool. Ja, ist doch besser. Nein.
Guck, die werden schon mega schnell.